What is up, everybody? We're here with a tip for Tuesday. I got my boy Ronnie here with me today.
Woo!
And we are just going to talk a little bit. Tip for Tuesday, just really realistically, just kind of sticking to the basics of just introing to starting talking to motivated sellers. Really important, especially during this time, because you might not have as many face-to-face interactions and stuff right now with everything that's going on. So really important when you're talking on the phone or texting back and forth. Communicate with motivated sellers, really listen to them, being empathetic to what they, what they're really saying, listening to what they're saying. But no better person on our team to talk about this than Ronnie. So Ronnie, I'm just going to kind of throw it over to you. And what are some of the basic just kind of tips that you have for when it comes to talking to motivated sellers that people should be paying attention to?
You want to really pay attention to the details of that person and something that makes them unique. So whether it's the fact that you happen to hear or know about a dog and you see that they're a dog lover, or they have some different type of paintings or something on the wall that you kind of pick up on when you're walking through the property, or maybe they're on the phone and you hear that they have small children, or something else is kind of going on that helps you kind of bridge the gap to connect and find a mutual meeting point and a mutual connecting point is very, very key. Because ultimately, they're looking to connect and sell to a person. So, not necessarily a company or anything like that. They want to sell to you directly because of the relationship and the rapport that you built. So, just identifying and isolating some, details about them and their life would be very, very key to remember.
Yeah, I think that's super important. A lot of times, they're really calling about the house, and I think a lot of times people just like want to talk to them only about the house or kind of what's going on in their situation. But it's a big deal to be able to build a rapport with them, and like you said, make that connection. It's always funny, I think, when we'll get we might have one of our VAs reach out and make a call to somebody, and they build a connection with a person, and then like I give them a call back, and they don't want to talk to me. I'm like, "Well, I'm the COO of the company," and they're like, "No, I want to talk to Mia. She's your VA."
Yeah.
Like, and so it's kind of funny of how important those connections are, especially the first connections that are made and stuff. So during this time, Ron, it was they're doing more things over the phone and kind of making those connections over the phone and stuff like that. What are some things that you do to when it comes to making those connections? To you build that rapport, how do you make that transition then into, okay, we just talked about your kids and kind of what's going on because you're homeschooling now. What do you do to kind of make that transition into really just kind of talking about their house and like kind of find out the information that you really kind of want to know about
Yeah, I mean, so you want to use like transitional phrases, and then just trying to find springboards to really roll into it, because I feel like after a while, the once you kind of feel that the seller has connected with you, you can find those safe meeting spots just to kind of transition so tell me a little bit about the home. Now that we kind of talk, or even sometimes I'm very obvious, like, look, that girl, I know you. We know each other, but what we really need to talk about is what, and so sometimes you can just kind of cut the fat after a while, because depending on the relationship that you build that rapport, you can kind of just feed and kind of play off of that, but to transition to that. But it doesn't really make it really hard. But sometimes just cutting to it to say, hey, okay, so we've talked about, this, know about the kids, but, what's really going on with the house, and what can we do to help? And asking those open-ended questions to springboard to allow them to talk and give you more information while still wrapping in some of the personal information and things like that, or memories that they've had about things in certain rooms and things like that. So those are, kind of what I do is you just got to kind of feel it out, bob and weave, and feel out the conversation. It's kind of like a dance. So you kind of got to just dance with them and have fun. But, as long as you're having fun and getting the information and they're having a good experience, that's what really matters.
Awesome. And I'd say as you're having those conversations, make sure you're taking some notes so you can document those things that are going on. So, you have the information for the house, you have the information for the people. Sometimes too, if you have trouble, like when you're taking notes and listening to the conversation as well, so you can just record that conversation, and that way you can go back and like get those notes on it later on and stuff like that. So, but Ronnie, thanks a lot for joining us today. Some great insights, man. Really appreciate you. And everybody else, we'll see you next week with another tip for Tuesday. Later.